Welcome to this explainer. Grab a seat and get comfortable, because today I'm putting on my senior consultant hat. We need to have a very real, very serious conversation about the future of talent acquisition. We're going to calibrate your AI judgment skills and master exactly how to use artificial intelligence in the hiring process without putting your company at massive legal risk. We are talking about building a rock-solid, absolutely bulletproof partnership between recruiting, legal, and compliance.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to ask yourself a genuinely tough question right now. If you had to stand in front of your CEO today, or, worse, a judge, could you genuinely justify and explain every single AI-driven hiring decision your team makes? If your algorithm screens out a candidate, do you know exactly why? If you're hesitating even a little bit, hey, you're not alone, but that hesitation is exactly what we are going to eliminate today.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer. We'll cover the AI recruiting reality, treating legal as partners instead of blockers, what compliance needs to know, the steps to building defensibility, avoiding common AI anti-patterns, and finally, your AI action plan.
All right, Section 1, the AI recruiting reality. We really need to understand the high stakes of automated hiring.
Look, the reality is that using AI to screen applications is incredibly powerful. It's a total game changer. It frees up your recruiters to focus on what humans do best, relationship building. But the stakes are incredibly high when we let an algorithm make decisions that literally affect human livelihoods. And this brings us to the most important word you are going to learn today: defensibility. This isn't just some corporate buzzword we're throwing around. Defensibility is the armor that protects your entire organization. It means having the ability, backed by rock-solid documentation and hard evidence, to explain and justify a hiring decision if it is ever questioned. Simply put, if you can't explain why the AI rejected a candidate, your process is not defensible.
And here is the biggest, sneakiest risk that threatens your defensibility: disparate impact. This is when a hiring practice or an AI algorithm appears completely neutral on the surface, but underneath, it disproportionately and negatively affects protected demographic groups. Testing for this subtle, hidden bias before you deploy any AI tool is absolutely essential. You just cannot assume an algorithm is fair just because a vendor promises you it is.
Moving into Section 2, legal, partners, not blockers. It's time to shift that compliance mindset.
And this brilliantly illustrates a massive mindset shift we need to make. On the left, we have the outdated view, legal as gatekeepers. In this old-school view, legal just slows things down. Teams expect to hear a flat no, and lawyers are basically seen as giant obstacles. But look at the right side. This is the reality we have to build. Legal as partners. They are there to protect the organization, guide your defensibility strategy, and engage in joint decision-making. I promise you, they aren't trying to kill your AI project just for fun. They are literally trying to keep you out of court.
Section 3, what compliance needs to know, or, as I like to call it, surviving the interrogation.
Right, here is your compliance checklist. You need to know the tool details top to bottom, the vendor, name, and version, just to assess the known risks. You need to map out exactly what decisions the AI is making. Does it just screen resumes, or does it actually score and rank the candidates? This right here is your quick checklist for evaluating task risk versus AI capability. You have to be highly, highly cautious of AI limitations. Think about it. Just like a standard language model might generate a completely fake citation or completely fabricated statistics, a recruiting AI might hallucinate a skill a candidate doesn't actually even have. Compliance will also ask about the training data. Is it your company's historical data, which might already have past biases embedded in it? Have you calculated disparate impact ratios? Do you have an ongoing audit process? Where exactly do humans step in to review the AI's work? And finally, what is your remediation plan if things go sideways and you actually find a problem? You need rock-solid answers to all of these before you even think about hitting deploy.
Okay, Section 4, Steps to Building Defensibility. This is your playbook for safe AI integration.
Let's move to and see how this builds into a fully cohesive strategy with a chronological playbook. Step 1 is validating and documenting the tool for accuracy and bias. Do not skip this, seriously. Step 2 is getting actual, formal sign-off from legal and compliance before the tool goes live. Step 3, write down exactly how you will monitor the AI over time. What specific metrics are you tracking? Step 4 is maintaining audit trails for at least 3 years, or whatever your specific jurisdiction requires. And Step 5, this is the most critical one. If your monitoring finds a problem, you act immediately. You don't just log the error in a spreadsheet, you actually fix it.
Let's zoom in on Step 4 for just a second. An audit trail is the absolute proof of your process.
It's your receipts. For every single candidate screened by AI, you need documentation of the AI score, the AI decision, who reviewed that decision, and what the final outcome was. If you ever get challenged, this audit trail is the exact shield your legal team will use to defend you.
Part 5. Avoiding Common AI Anti-Patterns. Let's dig into some war stories from the field. I want to share a few cautionary war stories from the field so you don't end up repeating these painful mistakes. The first massive pitfall, bringing legal in way too late. Imagine your team spends 3 grueling months developing and deploying a brilliant AI screening tool internally. You finally show it to legal, and they immediately find serious compliance gaps. No validation documentation, 0 disparate impact testing. The result? You have to pull the entire tool from production and basically rebuild it from scratch. It is a nightmare.
So why does this happen? Well, because teams want to move fast. And let's be honest, involving legal feels like slamming on the brakes. But what goes wrong is that your initial investment of time, energy, and money is completely wasted. The way to avoid this is so simple. Involve legal early. Yes, it slows down the initial decision-making a bit, but it absolutely prevents catastrophic, expensive rework down the line. This second trap is viewing legal as an obstacle. This is when a team actually has a really solid, defensible AI use case, but they actively hide it from legal. They don't ask for a review because they just assume the lawyers will automatically say no.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the missed opportunity. This happens because of a slightly toxic culture that views legal strictly as gatekeepers. But by hiding the project, you miss out on legal suggestions to actually improve the process and totally bulletproof your defensibility. Believe it or not, most legal teams actually want to help you succeed. If you engage them as a partner and just ask for advice, they will show you exactly how to execute your vision within the bounds of the law.
The third and final anti-pattern is perhaps the most dangerous one of all: compliance theater. Picture this, a beautiful, highly comprehensive AI audit process living in a dusty 3-ring binder on a shelf. It looks great on paper. The problem? Nobody actually executes it.
Auditing requires serious, ongoing discipline, and it's super easy to make a grand plan but fail to follow through. But listen to me carefully. If you are challenged legally and you point to a monthly audit plan that you never actually performed, you don't just look non-compliant, you look completely dishonest. Fake compliance is actually worse than no compliance. The solution here? Only document the processes you are literally going to perform. If you can only realistically manage a quarterly audit, then document a quarterly cadence and stick to it religiously.
Finally, Section 6, your AI action plan. Let's put this framework into practice.
Treat legal as your strategic partners from day one. Anticipate their rigorous questions about training data, disparate impact, and accuracy. Validate your tools thoroughly before they ever touch a real human being's resume. Stop the compliance theater and commit to doing the actual audit work. So the crucial point is this, and it's the golden rule of AI recruiting. Let the AI handle the sheer volume of data, but humans absolutely must handle the nuance and retain final oversight.
I want to leave you with one final reflection exercise straight from our source material. Think about the legal or compliance person at your company right now. If they walked into your office today and raised a concern about your AI recruiting plan, how would you respond? Would you instantly feel defensive? Or would you have the documentation and the audit trails ready to sit down, grab a coffee, and work through it together? Your honest answer to that question tells you exactly where you need to start building your defensibility. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and good luck out there.